Hi everybody, welcome to Demo, the show where companies come in and they show us their latest products and platforms. Today I'm joined by Gilad Shriki. He is the co-founder of Descope, but he also is known as Shriki. Hello, Shriki.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. And so tell me a little bit about Descope and then what you're going to be showing us here today.
Sure, so thanks for having me. So Descope is a customer identity and access management platform where we give app developers a very easy way to build login experiences and user journeys.
Yep. And so you're going to be showing me parts of the platform is also called Descope?
Correct.
Yeah. How big of a problem is this market? Because it feels like the authentication part, every time I go to a new website, boom, it's already there. So I don't really understand what's going on behind the scenes.
So it's a big market. It's a big problem. You'll still see a lot of passwords around. App developers sometimes want to develop it themselves, sometimes want to buy a service.
Yeah.
We think that this market actually requires disruption and much more easy to build, and that's what we're doing.
All right. So the problem that you're solving is more of a speed issue with getting stuff up quickly rather than trying to develop this themselves or using templates from some of these authentication platforms, right?
Correct. So speed and also the approach. So we believe in the low-code, no-code experiences for the developers that want to just spin something up very quickly, and that's what we do.
Okay. And then what would companies be doing if they didn't have Descope? Would they be just hand coding things on a typewriter?
They will develop it themselves and sometimes very poorly, or they will sometimes use a different player, which there are some of those, which is also fine.
Yep. So what makes Descope different from everybody else and why everyone should get one?
So I think our approach for authentication with the flows that I'm going to demonstrate today is a leader in that area. I think the ability to build and then to iterate without any changes to the application is a game changer.
Okay, so let's go right into the demo. Show us some cool stuff here.
Of course. So what you see here is our platform, and you see some dashboards and activity. But I think most important is obviously the authentication methods, and you can see we had a very wide variety of authentication methods. Obviously, we had passwords. We don't like passwords, but we still have them. And what I'm going to demo today is really how to go passwordless. Within 5 minutes or 10 minutes, we'll show you how to add multiple authentication that are not passwords into a password flow. We'll show you also the users. This is where your users live. So this is your user pool, and we'll see how this populates and the information we have on all users.
Okay.
But really, the magic is the flows, right? And the flows are where you build and iterate over authentication processes and over the user journeys. So let's step to our sample application. Now this is sample application, revenue management, something we spin up. But as you can see, we have a login experience here. This is Descope already, and this is very rudimentary, very basic. Obviously, we can style it, we can add to it, but I'm going to log in with my user. This will actually detect that I don't have a user, so I'm going to actually sign up. Let me sign up with a very simple password. And now you see I'm actually getting verified the email. Now all of this is part of the flow. The application is not aware, the application developer didn't need to develop that thing. Right? So we'll go ahead and grab the actual email that we got, and we got an OTP here, and we'll place it in the application, and we're in.
So now you're in.
Now we're in. Now remember, the application itself, it's like 10 lines of code to get the flow inside the UI, and that's about it. But that was very easy. If I'll go back now in, you'll see I am already authenticated and signed up, so I will just get back in. So no need to verify the email again.
Okay.
So what happened here? Let's understand what happened here and start to make things cool. So this is the flow that we just experienced. And if you can see, this is the welcome screen that we saw. So it's the same component, and we can change it, we can style it, we can add things to it. Then we're checking if the user exists. If the user exists, we go into the sign-in section.
Right.
If the user does not exist, we show this page that we just seen about asking the user for the name and their password. And this is how the flow runs. And obviously, if the user is existing and is signing up with a password, we also check if the password expires. So we give you a complete cover of the entire experience. But
does this come in with like a template from the beginning if they needed a template? Otherwise, they would have most people would probably know this process anyway,
Yes,
right?
yes. In fact, we actually have a lot of templates, and what I'm showing actually, I actually started with a template. So
Okay.
I took the password template,
Sure.
and I'm starting to iterating on that.
Okay.
And then the cool thing is we can start iterate. We can say, hey, you know what? If the user exists, so this is the page that when the user exists, we have, just asking for the password. But let's ask actually, do we want to do something else? So let's add to this experience, let's add an option to log in with a magic link. So I'll come here, I'll add another button, and I'll just call it send me a login with magic link. And let's say this is okay.
Okay.
And now you see we have another option here,
Right.
and let's just add the magic link to it. And that would be a magic link with an email. So sign in, which magic link and email. I just place it here. And you can see how I now just connecting the dots. And this will take care of the page, telling me, hey, we sent you a magic link. We don't need another authentication method. Let's remove it. And we'll just end the flow if the user clicks the magic link. So within a minute, I just created an example of how I took a password authentication and
Now we're
now,
going to look at, it's going to update it here, right?
yes, so now if I come here and again type my email, I have the option of a magic link, right? So again, if I click on the magic link, it sends me a magic link, and I can come back here and find the magic link and click on it, and I'm in. Right, so it took us faster than
Right.
you would edit this video to have a magic link. But this is just one option, and another option would be, hey, you know what, very popular today, log in with Google, right? So we have passwords, we have magic link. I can simply just take the Google here, maybe put them both in a container so it's nicely one by the other, and let's call it continue with Google, right? And basically now what will happen, we'll have another box here, and now I can log in with Google. Again, the same thing, I can place the social login. This would be a social login. I'll place it under the sign-in OAuth, and again, same concept, logging in here. And if I come back and refresh this page, let's log out first.
Oh, yep.
Refresh this page, and now I have the option to log in with email, and I'm logged in. Now, another interesting and very important concept when you log in with Google, and we hear that a lot, what are we doing with the identity? Now, we have roughly two identities, one with the email and password, one with the Google. But what we're doing with this scope is we actually merge those identities. So you can see here that those identities are merged because Google gives us a verified email address. Now, obviously, this is in a control of the Descoper saying, hey, I want to merge those identities or not, so the Descoper can decide if they do that or not.
Okay.
So this is a very important aspect. Obviously, for some vendors, they do not give you a verified email. Then you can actually have a flow saying, hey, if we got a non-verified email, let's go ahead and verify it and then merge it. So that's a very common challenge for developers.
Right. Are you seeing more and more social link logins as the method now? Like if I decided, well, I'm an app developer, I'm like, well, I don't like what Google's doing. I don't trust Google anymore. I want to switch to a different I guess social media platform.
Yes,
and we're not picking Facebook. So what else?
I think you like Discord. Now,
yeah,
I don't have an account in Discord, but it's just as easy, and it's so easy that I literally just drag and drop it. I don't even need to touch the flow because it's on the same protocol. It's what we call OAuth, based on OIDC.
Right.
So once I add this scope here, that's it, I'm done, because it's already connected. You can see here the socials are bundled together because it's the same protocol and the same authentication method.
Right.
So if I'll come here and log out, you will see again that I have Discord.
Yep.
So it's that easy. Now, if you want something else, let's say, hey, you know what? I want something that you don't have it here. So under the social apps, we can even have customs.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. So practically anything that works in a standard OAuth protocol, you can edit here with the icon and everything.
What's becoming the most popular method now for, because you mentioned earlier that you don't really, not a fan of passwords, and I think you've got your shirt there that looks like it says kill the password.
Yes, yes.
So like what methods are becoming more and more popular?
So I think for going passwordless, I think a lot of the B2C world starting to use socials, but we're also starting to see a big trend towards passkeys. And FIDO2 passkeys are a very strong authentication, very secure, and great user experience. And passkeys are the protocol to use the biometrics of your device with the ability to log in and even cross-device biometrics. So let's say you created a passkey on your phone and you want to log in with the desktop, you can still do that with the protocol itself.
Like my email, for example, it's I still have to do a password, and it has to be that 17-letter thing or with characters, but then it sends me a link to an authenticator app on my phone, and I have to type in a number. But then I also have to look at the phone because the Face ID is enabled as well. So it's like 3 methods of authentication.
Right. And passkey by itself is very strong. It's actually considered 2 factors in a lot of industries. Because it's something you have, which is the device with the passkey, and something you are, which is your biometric. So it's a very strong authentication. And what's cool with Descope is I can take about 5 minutes to edit to any authentication that we have. So now we added Magic Link and we added social, but to make it actually passkey enabled, there is a little slight difference. So what I can do is I can say, hey, when the user signs in, I need to ask them, do you want to add passkey, and then have them add passkey. And that's also a very simple, so I will show you very quickly how to do that. I'll just have to add a screen, right? Because we want to ask the user if they want to add passkey. So let's just say add passkeys.
Well, add, not add.
Add passkeys, sorry.
It's okay.
And then let's have 2 buttons, and let's be polite today. Okay, today I like to be polite. Let's say yes, please, and no, thank you. So be polite. That's what my mother taught me. No, thank you. So you see, we now have a screen with 2 buttons, and we'll connect the dots. So basically, when the user logs in, they will get that screen. And again, we can add conditions. We can say, hey, do they have password or not? Because if they have password, maybe they have passkeys as well, and they just use password. They forgot. You don't want to ask them again. But let's say we ask, and the next thing is the passkey update user. So we have a user, and we want to add the passkey. So we'll place it here, and then we'll just connect the no thank you. We'll connect to the end, right? So the user will not be bothered again. And the yes please will connect to the update user. So let's see what will happen. So I'm coming here, and remember we did that for the password, right? So I'll log in with my user, and I'll give my password, and I'm asked if I want to add the passkey. So let's say yes please. So now I have the device, and this is the FIDO2 protocol where the browser and the application actually access the device store. I'm putting my finger, and I now have passkey on my account. But this is just to add. Now what we can do, we can come back here, and when I'm logging in, you remember I'm checking if this is if the user exists. So now I can check if the user exists and have passkey. So that's the great experience, because see what will happen. I will add here another condition and check if the user has passkey enabled, right? Is true. So that will be one option. The other option would be that the user exists. So let's say yes with passkeys, and this will just be yes. And we'll use the condition to say the user exists, right? So the concept of conditions allow you to create logic in the flow. Very powerful, and you can even see how many things I can check against. So it's the device, it's the user, it's the location. So I can change the experience of the login if you're in US versus Europe, things like that. So in this case, what I'm doing is, it's very easy to follow. I'm checking if the user exists with passkeys. I'm checking if the user exists otherwise, or no. And now, if the user exists without password, we'll send it to what we have today. But if they have passkeys, then that's even easier because see the experience. I will do sign in with passkeys. I'll place it here. And again, we'll end the flow so the user will be logged in.
Yep.
So it took us maybe a few minutes, but now when I come back to the flow and put my email, now because I have passkey, it didn't work. Let's refresh again. That sometimes happens. Let's see what happens. That's cool because it actually gives us a way to troubleshoot.
There you go.
So WebAuthn is true. Yes, so you see that's the problem. I'm using user, but the user is not authenticated yet,
Right,
which is
okay.
good. So we have options to get you going on the flow with
Yep.
logic on the user that is logged in or not. I just mistakenly used the other one, which is fine. But now, so when I'm logging in, you see,
There
I
we
just
go.
gave my email,
Yep.
put my finger,
Yep.
and I'm in. It's that easy.
Yep.
And this is the experience everybody wants.
All right. And I know you've got a lot of other features and cool stuff to talk about. Where can people go for more details to learn more about this great product?
So Discope.com
Yep.
has a great experience to even sign up. So the platform itself is all open,
Yep.
is all free to start with. It's very easy to get going, and Discope.com will be the place where you can even sign up. And by the way, this is a flow.
Yeah.
So using the product to sign it up, you actually use a
That's
Discope
cool.
flow.
That's cool. And you already answered my other question about free demos, so you've already taken
There
care
you
of
go.
that.
Yes.
All right, Shriki, again, great demo. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you for the time.
That's all the time we have for today's show. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, add any thoughts you have below. Join us every week for new episodes of Demo. I'm Keith Shaw. Thanks for watching.